Yes.
I believe so, yes.
So there's one of the big monsters, so that means this area is going to be open.
Unless that other one's been following you around.
Except there's not a thing here.
What thing?
An elevator down.
But you can drop down.
Yeah, but I prefer
The other way you could do...
damage.
Oh, I suppose you can't. I suppose it's not... The ledge isn't broken above the path that brought you from the second level into that room.
Right.
So you couldn't just roll off the top there.
So I'm going to continue running around this giant empty area.
Isn't this where the other guy is, though?
What other guy?
The other
yes,
creepy?
I think.
Oh.
But...
Here goes a whole lot of nothing.
Okay, no, or it could be totally safe.
Not totally.
Reasonably.
Also, is that a thing over here? No.
No, it's just a pile of corpses.
No, it's a pile of candles, actually.
Oh. Okay, so now I need to figure out where the actual exit is around the edge.
Is it left?
Yes.
It's like left, yeah. Because there's only one exit from this room, and that's this one right here, yeah.
Yeah, there's only one exit on the first floor. So the thing is, like, a lot of the dungeons for this are just like, yeah, let's just, let's try to remember where the exits and entrances are for any one given room, and let's just run around in circles, and let's just try to fully explore the area.
Okay.
And, like, that's the thing. Oh yeah, and the other thing is that, like, okay, so that's the boss door right up there.
Yeah.
This is something else. This is kind of another side, like an optional side section of the dungeon.
That's right.
And this is where the big chest full of ingredients will be. So you'll see this more as more Chalice dungeons happen.
Could you want to go light the thing?
I just did light the thing.
Did you? Yeah.
Well, or like there's no new thing to light, so I just returned to where the first thing was. Like the next.
Oh, right.
The next lantern will be after I beat the boss.
That's right. Because it connects pretty much in a row.
Yeah.
Well, that went reasonably well.
Yeah, I mean...
Was that his death wail, or was that something else entirely?
I think that was his death wail.
Okay.
And he drops ritual blood.
Cool. Rank 2. Wonderful.
So, like...
Excellent.
These ones are definitely weaker because the ones in the actual game, I cannot just hit them in a big chain to kill them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yet.
It seemed... Well, you weren't staggering them.
Right.
As such. Yeah.
So like, and then here's this other room again. Like we were just in a room like this, and now we're seeing it again.
Yeah.
And so I guess I mentioned a while back, like I was kind of disappointed by
the variation.
Yeah, because like these are something that like these are a big thing within the setting, right? Like these are the underground tombs of the gods, where all of the weird divine stuff up on the surface, like all of the blood, all of the weird eldritch monsters.
I think you missed one on the wall, to your left, the wall behind you, behind that tree.
Oh yeah. Three of them. That's actually really good. And
this is where all the stuff.
Yeah, this is where all
found.
the weird stuff up on the surface comes from. Ultimately,
is there any story stuff that can happen in these dungeons?
Not
like
precisely.
Can you get like a story chalice thing, like where you have a chalice dungeon that? Okay.
There was, let's say there's some stuff here, but not as much as you might. Hope.
Nice.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go down there and.
I know, but that was a nice dodge.
And so the thing is that like, for all of that, like, given how weird and interesting looking some of the stuff in this game turns out to be.
Wait, what are we talking about again?
Like given the way that the rest of the world looks, that the Chalice dungeons are just like this. Like, oh yeah, it's a bunch of kind of moldy, overgrown tombs, and there are trees, and sometimes there are these like really kind of out of place, fancy looking rooms, and sometimes there's the big caves, sewer caves full of mold, and
yeah,
and it's just like when they first talked about it in the game, it was like, okay, here are the tombs of the gods, and it's full of blood that we used to, like, do blood stuff with.
Yeah.
I was really thinking it was going to be like, okay, actually they aren't tombs at all, it's just like the big fossilized veins of some gigantic eldritch thing that they're just kind of, like, digging around in and, like, digging up all blood.
That makes sense. Well, I mean, maybe that's what you were wading through in that muck. Maybe that's what that muck is actually blood.
Maybe.
And the other thing is, maybe these are veins, but like when they found them, because they found them a reasonably long time ago, right?
Yes.
Like when they found them, they decided to, kind of create a temple,
spruce them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are options. But basically, like, it was kind of disappointing to be like, okay, here's this really interesting setting thing, but actually it's just a bunch of kind of samey looking dungeon tunnels.
Yeah,
was pretty.
It looks like it looks like a lot of the architecture and stuff from the rest of the game.
And so I think.
And you did answer my question, right, about whether or not there's like a story end to the.
I mean, there are some things that have story implications in this, but there aren't, like, cutscenes.
Well, yeah, I mean, more like, you go, and then, like, at the end of one specifically made dungeon or something, you get, like, a special item or something.
I mean, there are, I mean, I won't go into specifics because spoilers, but basically, there are some things you can pick up here that have story implications. There are some things you can pick up that you can use elsewhere for story reasons, and there are some bosses and kind of ways you get items or chalices. They kind of have story implications.
Significance.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think I must have missed something, because I'm not sure what else there is to do here. I think this is out back to the entrance. Yes. Okay. So not back there. But there's not really there's no, like, the areas themselves do not tell stories in the same way, like, getting to a new area in this game, in the rest of the game does. Because, like, for example, Yahar'gul, right? Like, getting there told a story about the setting. It was like, okay, here's these bagmen, and they collect people in Yahar'gul, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
But there's not really any equivalent of, like, actually learning something about the world.
Okay.
In the same way.
I was really just saying, like, just having, like, a designed, a designer-made dungeon that just, at the end,
right here,
the item...
I totally missed it.
Yeah, like, I was just saying, like, maybe the item that you get at the end has story significance, or can be used in the main story in some manner. Pick up the thing.
Yeah, it's just like those are undoubtedly explosive barrels.
I was gonna say that area in the ground behind you, that shape. That I think is where traps happen.
Yes, that kind of plus shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is.
It looks like just the one guy.
Yes, it's just they're at kind of an inconvenient.
Can you stagger someone out of a shooting animation?
I don't know.
I think you just switched his weapon.
Yes.
Didn't know you could do that.
Huh.
What was that? I was watching the Best Friends LP of Dark Souls, and they were talking about how the enemies are designed. Like, all of the enemies' game inputs, like the way that they take commands from the game is essentially button presses.
Yeah.
So because of how they tested the gameplay or something.
Yeah, like all of the enemies basically work using the same structure as the PC does.
Because like they would test the enemies out by having controllers mapped to them and basically duking it out with each other, right?
I don't know if that is accurate or not.
Okay.
But apparently, yes, there are button apps. Like when an enemy does an attack, it's the same as when the player does an attack. When an enemy does a charge attack, you know, when they do attack combos, when they do all those things, they're doing what's basically the equivalent move.
Yeah, they have to be done in the same manner. It's not just a direct call to a thing. It's
trying to let's see. This is way back. Yes. Okay.
oh
Got it turned around a little bit there. Right. Okay. So now, with all of that fancy ritual blood, I think is it. I can't tell. Okay, this is where it came through. This is the
okay.
last room up here.
Yep.
Okay.
I was gonna say you took a right to get into the extra area.
Right. Oh yeah, and then you can tell this is the end of the dungeon. I'm pretty sure, and you can tell because there's this big dramatic door down to this. And here we go. This is another Chalice Dungeon only boss.
Oh no! I recognize this enemy, though.
Do you?
Yeah, I feel like this very much resembles an enemy that we haven't gotten to.
Okay.
Or I'm losing my mind, and that's not actually in this game. I don't think actually, now I'm thinking about it, I don't think it's actually in this game.
Oh, did I just immediately stun it?
That's possible.
Oh god.
Okay, you didn't take too much damage from that, so that's good. Watchdog of the Old Lords! I just want some puppy clothes.
Just a cute little puppy. Yes, you are.
Oh boy.
Oh god, what the crap? So now that area of the ground is just...
It's magma-y and gross, yes. I mean, for a while.
Yeah, apparently. I swear that there's another enemy in this game that's like this.
Oh. I mean, it's entirely possible.
But I might be thinking of Dark Souls 3 or...
I mean, are you thinking of like the big lizard monster in Dark Souls 3?
Possibly.
With like the stomach chest? Or the
No.
stomach mouth?
No, that's an actual boss. I'm thinking of... There's a regular enemy at one point.
Oof.
And it may be this game, but I don't think so. You enter an area by crossing a big bridge.
Yes, that's the big monster with the stomach mouth in Dark Souls 3. Wait, that's how you get into Irithyll.
That's the stomach monster?
Yes, I mean, it's maybe not the most obvious part of its design.
But there's one that's there's a dragon that has a stomach mouth in one game.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
the gaping dragon in Dark Souls.
In Dark Souls? Okay. So you're not talking about the same thing?
No.
Okay. So it is a Dark Souls 3.
I mean, yes, in Dark Souls 3, you get to Irithyll, there's a big bridge, you walk halfway around the bridge, and like this big monster comes at you from behind,
Yeah.
and it has that kind of move. It has that like kind of attacking its kind of haunches, like biting towards its haunches if you try to circle strafe it moveset.
Yeah.
Only it is a lot faster and it's smaller, so it's actually way more effective at what it's trying to do.
I gotcha.
But I think that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
I can show you video of this later.
Okay. Then you later you can fight him in the
swamp, yes.
Yeah. Okay,
And that's
so that
actually
is
a lot
3.
harder because then you're in the swamp. Why did I try to dodge that direction?
But you can only fight it the one time on the bridge, right?
Well, yeah, it's like if you get to the swamp, it's at the swamp. But if you fight it before then it's somewhere else.
Well, no, I feel like if you die from that, doesn't it disappear from that area, from that particular spot?
Well, I mean, if you kill it, it's dead.
No, but if you die.
But if you die, oof.
Wow, that was close. Ow. is intense.
Nope, nope.
Again.
Yeah, like I was doing very well, like getting behind those moves, but now I'm not close enough to do that.
Oh god.
Oh,
Oh, dire distress. So dire, so distressful.
but like,
Oh, you got him. Poke him.
have done that a lot better,
Could have.
but
You took out like
most
Two-
of its remaining health, yeah.
no, like one or two of its extra limbs, didn't you? Like you got it's like right or left leg, and then I think you got its rear legs too.
Oh boy! Oh, that's the magma puke, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna get pretty bad there too.
I mean, this is not great.
No, I mean I thought it was gonna get pretty much worse.
Yeah, I thought that was just like a giant laser beam of death kind of move.
Yeah. Oh. Those are, as we know, the best kinds of laser beams. Ooh, that was it. Beautifully done. Beautifully
Okay.
done.
Central Thermal Chalice.
Now, in this oh, and that's another constructed dungeon?
That's another. I don't actually know. I think maybe, yeah. So that's the end of this Chalice dungeon.
Nice.
Um.
Well done.
um.
Well done. Beautifully, wonderfully done.
Now I'm gonna do a little roundabout to see if there are any obvious hidden doors here. Because if I recall correctly, like I remember reading a thing that was basically like, for one of the Chalice dungeons, like the final boss arena has like rafters above it, and the
Oh.
rafters above it have another secret item hidden up there.
Oh.
But you can only get there through a secret door. And I didn't do that myself, so I don't actually know what that looks like.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I'm looking for, basically.
Just in case.
Yeah.
It's probably not this one, though?
Yeah, I think it might be central.
Then the next one.
Or it might even be like one the root dungeon, because like certainly some of the dungeons do have specific generation things like that in there.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so...
I think.
Okay. I got it. I got you.
Oh, you also note, like, I went into this dungeon with 10 insight, and now I have 17.
Oh, God.
Because, like I said before, seeing a boss and beating a boss gives you insight.
Yeah, so...
And since you can rerun the same dungeon as many times as you want, now we basically have as much insight as we can ever use.
Oh. Oh! Wait, but does that get you more insight?
Yes. I mean, you can just farm insight by fighting bosses. So, yes.
Is this unique?
No. Just sometimes she's asleep.
Very well,
Oh.
let me...
Okay, we have enough for a level. Yeah, I guess another.
Why not?
I probably have enough to
Upgrade your weapon again?
not upgrade my weapon, but change the gems on it.
Oh, yeah,
Because I've
because you
been
did
getting
get
a lot,
did get a bunch of new ones.
and they're hopefully some of them are better than the ones I have on right now.
And it didn't look like you could actually upgrade anything, right?
Right. I don't think I got any. Yeah, I didn't get any more.
Twin.
Bloodstone.
You got regular bloodstone,
Right.
but no twin.
So let's check out. Let's see, we're mostly looking for the cane. Oh yeah, that's kind of a big difference.
Yeah, that's a significant difference.
Up 12, yeah.
That's a lot better. Yeah.
And then we have going from up 1 to up 9.
Wait. Sorry, go back to the one that you had originally.
I had like 4.2.
You gained 14 damage
Yeah,
from that change alone.
yeah. And then let's see. We could actually get a fire attack, so we could turn this into a fire weapon if we wanted.
You have to change your other gemstone.
Yeah. I mean, They're okay. Oh yeah, here's
Wait,
actually
go
another.
go up to the fire attack one.
Yep.
Oh, so that changes the damage to fire. But
Yes.
that's not as good because it's fire damage, but you're
Losing the scale.
oh, but you do still get the plus 78 to physical attack.
No.
What? Oh, never mind.
Because that's how like I don't think I'm not sure if this is correct, but I don't think that like skill scaling is for physical. Like stat strength and skill scaling are only for physical damage. Like blood, arcane, fire, and bolt do not have those scaling values.
Oh, so you can't actually scale with anything?
Well, I mean, like I think like if you have an arcane weapon, it will scale with arcane.
Yeah, but yours scales with arcane.
Yeah, but not. I mean,
It has to be an arcane. The weapon itself has to be of arcane nature.
something like that. I'm not like 100% sure on how it works, but
Did you switch to the other?
yes, I'm looking at the saw spear. But yeah, so like
Did you upgrade both of the?
yes, both of this is now 12 and 9 instead of like 4 and 1.
Oh, so you did change both of them.
Yes, and so now this has 4 and 1, where you used to have like 1 and 0.7.
Oh.
Um,
Not that we're going to use it.
I mean,
At
it's
least-
pretty good,
Not right away. Anyway.
but yeah, not gonna use it the right way. So one of the other things to do, let's see. So I didn't check this out earlier on camera. Like one is that there's this, which I've never used, and I don't know how they work. I think they might be to join someone else doing a Chalice dungeon at the same time.
Oh.
To like join someone else's multiplayer session.
Huh.
But that's not really of any use to us because we're playing offline.
Yeah.
We can also, buy Father Gascon's stuff, which I am going to do. Spending all of that new insight.
Oh well.
Um,
Is that more useful?
not really. I mean, like,
But it looks cool.
stats in this game are nearly exclusively for looks.
You mean
Or yes, equipment, like gear, armor in this game is also really for looks, not for stats.
because you can't upgrade it.
Right, but also because it doesn't really do much. Like one is that a lot of them, like this one is not good, right? But there's good fire defense,
Yeah.
and this one is not good generally. But like most of the gear you will get will have trade-offs. Like this is the default stuff we were using.
Yeah.
It is better physical and blood defense.
It's not the default stuff.
Well, yeah,
It's the stuff. It's like the
this stuff we picked up early on.
yeah.
Like this is stuff. Like this decent physical and blood defense, and not so great arcane and bolt defense, and this is like better all around, but with slightly reduced physical and blood defense. And so like there's
like,
a lot
it
of
looks
gear
like-
that just has trade offs, like a little better in this way, a little worse in that way.
Yeah.
And the other thing.
Oh,
is
that's
like,
got a lot better arcane and what's the last one?
bolt, or like slow poison.
I don't know.
I mean, what do you
Oh,
mean?
bolt. Yeah. Okay.
Or
Sorry.
like beasthood, because it doesn't really have.
It's got a lot better bolt and yeah.
Yeah. And so it just comes like there are a lot of trade-offs. There are a lot of things that don't really like having a piece of equipment on is important.
But it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't really matter,
matter.
what.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as much.
So that's kind of when they get the tomb prospector stuff, but that's really expensive. This is for people who root around in the tombs all the time.
Yeah.
So if we're going to be rooting around in the tombs, that might